As the world struggles to manage massive amounts of organic waste, from food scraps and livestock manure to industrial byproducts, while facing ever-growing protein demand for animal feed and food production, an unexpected solution has emerged as a silent hero: the black soldier fly. This insect not only converts waste into a highly nutritious protein source, but also helps significantly reduce environmental pollution. It is a sustainable approach now widely adopted around the world. Compared to traditional waste treatment methods, such as composting or vermiculture, worm farming, black soldier fly larvae production is 6 to 10 times faster and generates far less odor due to its aerobic decomposition process. In China, the world leader in large-scale industrial insect farming, hundreds of modern facilities have made black soldier flies a cornerstone of the green economy. Every day, these facilities process hundreds of tons of waste, including food scraps, brewery-spent grain, spoiled vegetables, and livestock manure, converting it into tons of protein-rich larvae, typically 40 to 60% crude protein on a dry matter basis, while reducing waste volume by 85 to 95%. The process produces virtually no unpleasant odor, and the remaining byproduct is high-quality organic fertilizer rich in nutrients for agriculture. In provinces such as Guangdong, Zhejiang, and northern regions, farms not only replace 30 to 60% of traditional fish meal and animal feed with black soldier fly larvae, but also help businesses significantly reduce operating costs and carbon emissions. This is especially important in the context of soaring global fish meal prices due to declining supply from wild-caught fisheries. Surprisingly, their success does not come from gigantic factories or unlimited raw materials. Instead, the real secret lies in two seemingly simple but critical factors that determine over 60% of profitability and long-term sustainability: optimal rearing density and intelligent feed formulation. These decisions not only maximize productivity but also greatly reduce the risk of failure, especially for beginners. In today's video, I will share in detail how leading Chinese farms apply these two factors based on real-world observation and practical experience, so you can immediately implement them in your own operation, whether small-scale or aiming for commercial production. Rearing density is the first and most important factor, yet it is also where many people make serious mistakes. Many new farmers, in their enthusiasm, stock larvae very densely, thinking the more the better. However, reality proves the opposite. When density exceeds 8 to 10 larvae centimeter required, the larval biomass generates enormous heat due to intense metabolic activity. Temperatures in the rearing tray can spike to 39 to 42 degrees Celsius within just a few days, leading to severe oxygen depletion. At this point, anaerobic bacteria, which do not require oxygen, proliferate rapidly, producing foul odors and pushing larvae into extreme stress. They stop feeding, shrink, and die progressively from the bottom layers upward. This is a common issue faced by many starting farms. Initially stocking at 8 to 10 larvae centimeters often results in 20 to 30% mortality per batch, harvest time extended to 20 to 25 days, and sharply increased costs due to handling dead larvae waste. In contrast, maintaining an appropriate density completely transforms the outcome. Larvae feed vigorously, move evenly, grow rapidly, and achieve high survival rates. Leading Chinese commercial farms generally agree on a golden number of about 5 to 6 larvae centimeter squared for production stages, or start with an egg density of only 3-5 grams per mm squared. At facilities processing 20 to 30 tons of waste daily, this density maintains stable temperatures, greatly reduces mass mortality risk, increases actual total output by 25 to 30%, shortens the production cycle from 20 to 25 days down to 15 to 18 days, and significantly boosts average larval weight thanks to better nutrient absorption. For practical application, invest in a small, portable thermometer and check the temperature in the middle of the feed layer daily. If it exceeds 38 degrees Celsius, even for just a few hours, treat it as a red alert. Quick corrective actions include reducing density by transferring part of the larval biomass to another tray and spreading it thinner, or adding a fresh layer of feed to cool the system and restore oxygen levels. Additionally, pay attention to tray size. Wide, shallow trays with a depth of about 30 centimeters allow much better heat dissipation. By doing so, you can prevent 70 to 80% of common problems while improving economic efficiency. Because healthy larvae not only survive better, but also convert waste more effectively, reducing excess disposal costs. The second key factor is feed formulation. This is the part that often surprises people because it seems simple but actually requires precise calculation. Many farmers tend to overfeed, believing more food means faster growth. The result is overloaded trays where larvae only consume the surface layer, while the bottom layers rot, producing terrible odors and attracting nuisance flies. In reality, the ideal feed amount is quite modest, only about 0.09 to 0.11 grams of dry feed per larva per day. On a practical scale, producing 1 kilogram of fresh larvae, around 40 to 50% protein, requires just 2.2 to 2.8 kilograms of formulated substrate. Leading Chinese farms fine-tune this further, often using 30 to 35 kilograms of spent brewer's grain per square meter of rearing surface, enough for the entire cycle with almost no excess. But quantity is only part of the story. The feed formulation recipe is the true key to larval quality. A basic, low-cost, and easy-to-apply recipe successfully used by many small-scale operations in China is 40% spoiled vegetables, fruits, or overripe fruit, providing natural sugars to promote fermentation, 25% spent brewer's grain, soybean residue, or distillery waste, crude protein source, 20% rice bran, cornmeal, or broken rice, carbohydrate source, 10% leftover rice, noodles, or stale bread for diversity, and 5% well-composted poultry or livestock manure, adding beneficial microbes. Mix thoroughly to 65 to 70% moisture. When squeezed in your hand, it holds together but does not drip water. Then spread in a 10 to 12 centimeters layer for the entire cycle. This recipe promotes uniform larval growth and reduces odor through natural fermentation. If you are targeting premium markets such as aquaculture feed or pet food, increase the protein content. A popular variation used by commercial Chinese farms is 30% soybean meal or dried soybean residue, high plant protein, 25% spent brewer's grain, 20% fish scraps, fish heads or ground fish viscera, animal protein boost, 15% rice bran, and 10% ripe fruit for acid-sugar balance. Larvae produced with this formula are larger, have an attractive golden color, reach 42 to 48% dry matter protein, and can be sold at 1.5 to 2 times the price of standard larvae. Additionally, for greater sustainability, you can add probiotic microorganisms, such as from microbial inoculants, to the mix to accelerate waste breakdown and reduce bacterial contamination risk. One key practice used by large farms is to avoid daily feeding. Instead of adding feed incrementally, they prepare the entire amount needed for 15 to 18 days, spread it evenly once, and leave it undisturbed. The larvae naturally tunnel from top to bottom, self-layer, and process the waste. This method reduces labor by 70 to 80%, significantly cuts odor, and lowers disease transmission risk. However, success requires daily moisture monitoring using a simple moisture meter and preventing the substrate from becoming too dry below 60% or too wet above 75%, as either extreme can slow growth or cause mold. In summary, the difference between a loss-making BSF farm and a consistently profitable one lies primarily in optimizing rearing density and feed formulation. When done correctly, you get healthy larvae, fast growth, low mortality, reduced operating costs, and high-quality products, opening doors to markets such as fish meal replacement, fertilizer sales, or even export. Successful farms in China have proven that massive infrastructure investment is not necessary. Focusing on these two factors alone can deliver sustainable profits while contributing to the global green economy. If you are already raising BSF or planning to start, try making adjustments from your next batch. Begin with a lower density and a simple recipe. The results may surprise you. Are you ready to turn this silent hero into your own competitive advantage?